Blog Talk Radio.
Good evening, everyone. This is me, Jonathan Alexander, and I'm here to host our show, Life, Laughter, Happiness. Today, I have my co-host, Kelly. Are you there, Kelly?
Yes. Hello, everyone.
Hi, Kelly.
Hello. And I have
Hi.
my other co-host, Barbara. Are you there, Barbara?
Yes, I'm here. Hi, everybody.
Hello.
Now, we have your friend here who's listening in on the on her phone, right? The one that just called in on her phone.
That's
why
right.
don't you introduce her? Okay.
Okay, I will be happy to. Our special celebrity guest today is the lovely Shauna Sand, and she is a Playboy playmate. So we have known each other since 1996. I can't say 25 years because since I came along in 92, she came along in 96, Miss May, and we became friends right away. In fact, I think that I've probably had more fun times with Shauna than anybody else. I mean, we have had crazy times, fun times, sweet times. I know, as you guys know, I've had two of her daughters, Alexandra and Victoria, on for chakra cleansings and psychic days, and that has been wonderful. And she started listening to the show because of that, and she wanted her chakra cleansed. So I was like, wow, this is really great, and our show is growing. And Shauna is an actress. She's very successful. She's had a wonderful career, and she's still going strong with her acting and her modeling, and she has a huge fan base. So we're happy to have her on and just to help her as a friend and somebody who's a spiritual seeker. And so we are going to have her chakras cleansed today because she said she needs it. She reached out for this. She needs it. So, Kelly, I hope that you do your wonders one more time for this special guest, Shauna.
Well, thank you. That was quite the intro.
You are welcome.
And I wanted to say, Shauna, you have done a wonderful job with your daughters. They are just absolutely beautiful inside and out. And just a joy to be around on the phone and to do their chakras. And, oh, my goodness, you have done such a huge, huge difference in their lives. I mean, they definitely are following in your light and in your footsteps that way.
Thank you. That means a lot to me. They've been, the light of my life, and they've given me so much love and joy, and they're the most important, people in my life. And thank you so much, Kelly.
Oh, you're very welcome. I mean, I don't meet very many people that have the level of compassion and, awareness that they do, and I can feel that right away with you, that you have that. So it's just, wow, it's really an honor to finally meet you.
Thank you. It's nice to meet you, too.
Thank
That's
you.
very sweet of you. Sometimes and then I give, too much and then forget about myself in the process, just in general. So I think it's a bad thing, but that's who I am.
Well, it comes across for them too, because they aren't selfish at all. There's like zero selfishness on their part because they learn from you, and they've learned about self-care and things like that, but they're not selfish. There's not a selfish bone in their body, and they've really looked up to you, and you've been a really great guide and a really great mom.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm very proud of them. They're really independent. They all live on their own. That was a big step, especially for my little one, Isabella, who you'll meet next. And I've just, given them so much love, and I think that's the most important thing in life is to fill your children up and everyone around you with love. And that's why I've been married too many times. I'm going to try and no, I'm just kidding. But yeah, I believe in love.
I do too. Yeah, I've been engaged a lot, so I hear you. Yeah. But I was married once. That one didn't work out well, but the other ones were good people. It just wasn't the right match, and you fall in love, and it just kind of happens.
It does, yeah, and you always learn from it, and have wonderful memories, hopefully. So it's a good thing.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I would rather have my heart out there than to, keep it, locked up and safe and never really understand or feel love or, crave something I couldn't get. And that's how some people react, is they have it under lock and key and nobody can get in. So to me, that wouldn't really be living.
Yeah, no, that wouldn't be living for me either. I marry people, and I just known them like a few days, and I've stayed with people a long time. I don't know. I believe in love at first sight, and I've always just followed my heart.
Yeah. And with that, sometimes, those people are only meant to be there, for different lessons or to help us out with something or for us to help them out or, for like a certain period of time, and there's nothing wrong with that. People can come in and out.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, I'm really happy to be here, Kelly. Thank you for having me. I'm very excited. Barbara and I have been planning this for a while, and my kids said lovely things about the experience. So I'm really looking forward to it.
Oh, good. So are you ready to begin?
Absolutely, yes, I am. I'm laying down I'm with Barbara at her new beautiful little home. So I feel that I'm in a very safe, happy environment. With Barbara's one of my favorite girlfriends of all time.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Yeah, I've always had a connection with something from another world. So I'm in a very good environment now. Just laying on her couch right now. I'm ready.
Okay.
She always says the nicest things about me, and that makes me feel so good. But it's true. And when you come back for a psychic day, we'll find out if we've known each other from another life, like you just said.
Yeah, I think we have. There's something magical. We have unconditional love, like we were talking about before, Barbara and I. And we just always laugh, and we always laugh together and just have such beautiful memories. I've seen her daughter Priscilla grow up, and it's just been a beautiful friendship that I'll cherish forever.
Oh, that is so, oh my gosh, that just goes right to the heart. Wow. I wish everybody could experience that. I swear, like I keep saying, Barbara has to collect all of her friends in one room, and it's going to be like this huge explosion of unconditional love and light, and it's just going to be like, I just want to kind of like see what that experience would be like. I can't even imagine. It's got to be like almost overwhelming, like great, love and joy and happiness feelings, just to have all of you in one room.
My birthday.
Yeah, we'll definitely plan that. I'll be there for sure. You can count me in. So let's work on that, definitely, for Barbara's birthday.
Oh, that would be fun. Yeah. Yeah.
Perfect.
That would be fun.
Wonderful.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, we're going to blow the roof off of that.
I love planning stuff and projects and stuff. So yeah, I'm ready to go, Kelly. I don't really know how this works. This is all new. I've never done this before, so you're just gonna have to guide me through it because I don't know what I'm supposed to do really. But
okay, all right. Well, since you're ready to begin, I will explain what I'm doing so that you're not left in the dark. I want everybody that I ever do this with to feel perfectly comfortable and know what's happening and why. What I do is our bodies have 7 main chakras, and those are energy centers, and those each are in a specific place and correspond with like different endocrine glands, different systems in the body and organs, and different thought processes and emotions. And then when you really get into it, then you find out what herbs you can, have that boost that individual one, or which crystals might boost it, colors that can boost it, things like that. I mean, it's really, really involved, but I like to simplify it so that you don't feel like you have to take notes during it. So,
okay.
Yeah. And so when these are all in balance and harmony and working correctly the way they should and open, then that's when we can reach our peak optimum health. And, that's obviously dependent on our lifestyle and our, the way that we see the world. But it allows us to have that opportunity when everything's working in conjunction with each other. So that's what I do, is I detect what needs to change and what's good the way it is, and then I can also, while I'm doing each one, I can go in and find out what's happening more on like the mind-body-spirit connection, and I can do my work. The first thing that I like to do is, it's something that I do as a practice just to concentrate the energy in my hands. I tend to do healing and things with my hands. And it's something that you don't have to do along with me because it's not going to affect it either way, but some people like to try it just to see if they can feel what I'm doing, and that's creating an energy ball. And so what I do is I rub my hands vigorously together. And like I said, if you want to try it, you can, Shauna. If you don't, that's fine. But I rub them until I feel like they're warm and tingly. And then I bring them about shoulder width apart. And then I start slowly bringing them closer and closer and closer until they're about 5 inches away, and I start to feel some resistance. And I kind of cup my hand around that. And for some people, there's resistance there. For other people, it'll be more tingly and warm. Different people feel different things, or some people might not feel it at first. It kind of depends on, like, if you do meditation or if you're energy sensitive.
Okay.
Did
I'll
you
try
happen
it.
to try it? Okay.
Yeah.
And before each time I do this, did you feel it?
Yeah, I did it.
Oh, good. You are energy sensitive. I thought you would be. Your daughters are. That's awesome. Wow. You're one of us.
Thank you.
You're welcome. That's great. Yeah, you definitely have an awareness. And I saw it, so I thought, that'd be kind of cool if you tried it with me, but I didn't want to have you feel obligated, but that's really cool. Okay. You'd be surprised how many people try that and they feel nothing because, they're not sensitive to it. Yeah, it's like, I'm just like, wow, you didn't feel that? Just like if I'm handling like a large, like rose quartz or something, I feel the vibration in my hands and going through me, and they're like, nope, don't feel anything. And I'm like thinking, how is that possible? I mean, my whole self is vibrating when I'm holding those things.
Yeah,
But,
I'm ultra sensitive, so I really feel everything.
oh, well, this is going to be fun because I have a feeling as I'm working on your chakras, you're going to be feeling each one. So that's going to be fun.
Okay, wonderful.
Yeah, because, some people feel like a pulling or a tugging or like a lighter feeling in it, or they'll feel kind of like a bubbling or gurgling or tingling. Some people burp and some people don't, and they'll feel something move around or they'll feel a tugging. It's just, completely individual that way. So what I do is I've already asked God to protect us and guide us, and to have revealed what needs to be revealed so that we can, ask him to help. And I take basically what is an aventurine on a string, a little gemstone on a string, and I sweep my fingers down it and put any residual energy into the ground where it's safely absorbed. And if I was to concentrate on the picture of your face in my mind and concentrate on the chakra that I'm working on, then this will move on its own either in a circle or it'll go back and forth or side to side. And if it's doing a circle, that tells me that it's got healthy energy and it's not blocked and there's no negative energy. But then if it goes to the side or it goes up and down, that means that it's something I need to go in there and work on. So,
okay.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. This first one is the root chakra. It's the most primal and important energy center. It's our instinct for survival and safety. And, let's see. I have a little cheat sheet that tells me some other stuff. Okay. But it's also has to do with the Earth and Saturn, and its function is survival and grounding. The inner state is stillness and stability. Its stones are garnet, ruby, onyx, and obsidian. And the meditation for it is I am. And balancing this chakra gives energy to the physical body and controls fear, increases over our health, and helps in grounding. So its energies are earth, grounding, focusing, and centering. And the color associated with it is red. So let's see where we are with your root chakra. Okay, well, this is good. It's doing a good sweeping circle, and it's steady, but it's not spinning out of control like super fast like I've had some of them do. So I want to kind of go in there and see if there's room for improvement. So let's see. So I'm rubbing my hands together and doing that energy ball thing. Wow. Okay. What I'm feeling is you're super sensitive and you believe that love conquers all, which is kind of what we had talked about before. And I feel like any arguing or fighting or, any traumatic events or things like that, you do such great inner work with yourself that you come back from it. I don't want to say like it doesn't affect you, but you're able to be grounded enough that it doesn't cause residual issues later, that you're able to kind of resolve and, work through and come out better for it each time, where some people could go through some of the same experiences and totally collapse and feel helpless. You don't. You're very resilient. Does that make sense?
Yes, absolutely. I feel that that's true. I feel that I tend to only hold on to the good things and the good memories, and forget about everything bad subconsciously. It's like an innate thing that I have, and I just learn from everything and move on.
That's beautiful. I wish more people could do that. I think it would be very helpful if that was something that could be taught in school or something, just for people to learn how to just kind of, I feel like you're the kind of person that doesn't necessarily assign a good or bad to an experience, that it stays kind of neutral and it was just an experience to learn from. And, that's a really healthy way to look at it, because when we assign blame or we assign this person did this and that one did that, and, it's when we look for a fault or we look for, too many things and read too much into it, then we tend to focus on what the problems were and not the solutions.
Yeah, that's true. I'm very much a solution person. I'm always trying to find the solution and move forward and not focus on anything bad. And people always tell me that I have such a terrible memory and how come I don't remember certain things, but what I block out, and I think it's wonderful and I feel that it's a gift, I block out anything negative or bad, and I only move on and remember the good things. It's very strange, because sometimes I think I have a terrible memory, but I've been like that since I was born.
I think that's
I only
a great protection
with bad things, but I have a good memory with the good things.
That's very important, because so many people concentrate on the bad things and wonder why they're not happy. And you're kind of like, well, why would you want to concentrate on that? It doesn't make you happy.
That's right. And it's very important to be happy, and that's the only way you could be a good person and be a good partner, be a good mother, good parent, is to be happy with yourself too, and pass that along to your loved ones, because I feel that, when people aren't happy, they're irritable and they take things out on other people. But if you're happy deep down inside and you just see the good, then you just spread that love all around you to everyone that you care about that's close to you. And even, when you go, I don't know, and you just go, to 7-Eleven and buy something, and you just look at the person that is working behind the register and you just smile at them, that just creates such a beautiful aura, and then they smile back, and then it's like a snowball effect that they project onto the next person, and that's just such a happier life to live than going in somewhere angry, and carrying resentment. I don't carry any resentment. I let everything go, and that's just been a gift that I've always had, I feel.
That is beautiful. I've just learned really in the past year how to let things pass through me and let them go, instead of, being upset or sad or depressed. And it is so freeing. It makes me feel so much lighter to not have to carry that burden around.
Absolutely. And, I think the healthiest place to go spiritually for me is to the ocean. I was born in La Jolla, so I grew up on the beach, but I think that to release resentment, to release any kind of negativity, it's very important to go to the ocean, even if you take a walk, jump in the ocean, take a walk in the sand. my last name is Sand, so I think I was very blessed with that because I have such a connection to the ocean. And
Wow.
I think that's a very healthy place. And I've always, told people that are having a bad day or feeling resentment or negativity to go. There's special energy that takes that away from your soul and fills you up with joy and love and happiness is the being at the ocean.
That is so true. It's been a while since I've been, but it is so true because, and if people don't have access to that, taking an Epsom salt bath, there's something about water being super cleansing, and then you add the minerals to it, and it carries that away. And if you are envisioning a positive word, and there was a water study, I forgot what it was called, but there was a Japanese man that did it, and they wrote different words on bottled water, and the ones that have the positive words, like they froze them all the same. The ones with the positive words had these beautiful ice crystals, and the ones that had the negative word written on it, those had the most jagged, weird-looking formations. And they had done nothing different with the bottles except writing these words and putting the intention into it that these words were evoking. So, I mean, if we can do that, like write a word on our bottled water and focus on it and either go in the ocean or take an Epsom salt bath, allow it to cleanse out our impurities, allow it to cleanse out anything, residual from the day, and just replenish us with these good things, then we could feel balanced. We can feel whole. And, anything negative will just be like a rain flicker. It'll come right off.
No, absolutely. And if people are far from the ocean, they can buy like a little fountain, and or a little waterfall that they can put in their house and listen to the water, the sounds of the water. It's very soothing. That's another option too that's very beneficial to the soul, I believe.
Oh, yeah. That's really cool. And they don't have to cost a lot either.
Oh, no, not at all. Something very tiny just so that you have the sound of the water in the background.
Yeah, or a fish tank. It just depends, on the person. But, yeah, that could be great. And something simple, or a little sound machine or a little YouTube thing where you can play it while you're sleeping.
Yeah, absolutely. There's so many options these days, and fish tanks are amazing. Anything from the ocean is just, so beautiful.
That's probably why I collect rocks from bodies of water and shells.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, there's something very, very beautiful and spiritual about that.
Yeah, it's like the bridge from where we came from.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah. Let me check that root chakra and see, because, it was just amazing going in there and being like, wow, this is my goal, to be able to do this all the time. The way that you have, just, let it wash out, let it go. I'm a lot better than I was, and I want to maintain that and keep going.
We're always and trying to improve. So as long as we recognize, the problem or what we can work on to feel better, that's the start,
Yeah, because there, challenges are opportunities in the making. Not everybody sees it that way, but really it is. I checked your root chakra, and it's doing an amazing thing like Barbara's friends and your daughters have done, where it's not just going around like, super fast and I can't see it because it's so blurry. It's going like, not just like a helicopter propeller where, it's like that and it's, completely horizontal, but it was going vertical in my hand, like a plane propeller. And that's telling me it is really full and really supercharged in a really good way now. And I think just talking about these things helped it to get there.
Oh, definitely. Well, that's good. Thank you,
Yeah.
Kelly.
You're welcome. The next one is the sacral. And if you can imagine, like the root chakra is the place where you would sit, the sacral is like the base of your spine area. And if you're looking from the front, it would be between the belly button and the bikini line. And
okay.
Yeah. That function is desire, sexuality, pleasure, procreation. Its inner state is tears. Its color is orange, and its celestial body is the moon. Its stones are coral and carnelian. Meditation on I feel. Balancing the chakras associated with sexual vitality, physical power, and fertility. Energies, fire, energizing, and charging. So it's basically our emotional body, our sensuality, and creativity. And its color is orange. Let's see where yours is. Okay. This one is kind of doing what the first one did at first, except it started kind of tilting a little bit. Like kind of, if you can imagine, like the tilt-a-whirl kind of does that circle, but it starts to go up on one side and then it comes down and kind of tilts and does that. So I think it's really wanting to go into like the full propeller mode sideways, but it's not quite there yet. And so I'm going to go in and find out what's happening.
Okay.
I feel like something is stopping my creativity. And I'm not really sure why. I'm getting kind of, do you ever have moments where you feel like you have writer's block, or you're kind of reaching for something and you're not sure how you're going to create it?
Sometimes.
Okay. I'm not trying to get personal or weird, but your female organs are all okay, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, all right. Huh. Yeah, I'm not sure. Okay, let me try this again. Okay, I'm going to clear it out. I don't, it's like a slight bit of negative energy, just a slight bit, and I don't like it there. It doesn't belong there. And I don't know, they say that as women we pick up DNA from people we've been with, and, I don't know if that might be it. But that would be like the area. And maybe it's
scary. I know what you're talking about. I do.
Yeah. And maybe it just needs to have some cords cut so that you're not attached to them anymore. Does that make sense?
I know. Yeah, it's very odd that you're saying that, because I just had a conversation with Barbara. I was in a lot of traffic coming down here, so I talked to Barbara because that made my trip much more enjoyable. And we had long conversations, and it's ironic that you're telling me that, because I haven't been able to cut a bad cord that's been holding me back in every aspect possible, because I'm not one to give up, even when I know that it's not the best choice for me.
Okay. Is this person this bad cord, is that somebody that you're still involved with, or you're trying not to be?
Trying not to be, I would say. But it's ironic because I kind of had to leave it in the hands of my protectors and my angels, and they kind of have been taking care of it on my behalf because it was draining me, and I didn't want it, and I couldn't handle it any longer, so I kind of just like released it. And then, I mean, I can go into more detail, but just to give you a brief summary, I just like prayed that, and I knew that my angels and protectors would take care of it for me because I was being tormented, and they did, but I still am having difficulty cutting that cord. And Barbara and I were just using those terms on the drive here of, no, I have not been able to cut that cord.
Yeah, because it really does feel kind of choking and like it's trying to suck the life out of you.
Yeah, it has. It has to a certain degree.
Okay. Do you want help cutting it?
Yeah.
Okay, Shauna. I'll do a little techniques that our Life, Laughter, Happiness psychic Vanessa Orr has shown me. We're going to ask for the help of Archangel Michael. So we can begin like this. Archangel Michael, please lend us your swords of light. Please cut the cord between Shauna Sand and the person who has tried to latch onto her and drain her. Let's cut this cord forevermore. Let's cut the cord, and we will take your swords of light. We will pass them all around Shauna, from her sides to her back, the front, above, below, and we will cut the cords of anyone who is unwanted or trying to drain her, and we will bind them in their own negativity. We will bind their hands, we will bind their feet, we will have their eyes closed, we will bind their mouth so that they can no longer have access to Shauna. We will bind them in their negativity, encapsulate them, and send them on their way, never to attach to her again, so that they are encapsulated in their own negativity threefold and will be bothersome no more. We ask you to protect Shauna, bathe her in godly white light and love, inside and out. And we thank you, and we return the swords to you. And we thank you for your protection and the protection of her angels and guides and the protection of the Almighty. And we say this to you with great gratitude, that you may also protect those of us on the show, our show itself, and the people who are listening. And we thank you. In the name of the Lord Jesus, amen.
Amen.
Let's see what I find now. Wow, it feels lighter to me. Thank you.
Okay.
How does that feel?
Amazing. I feel I feel much lighter and relieved.
Good.
And
Good.
hopeful.
That was very emotional for her, though.
Oh,
yeah,
good.
I had tears pouring down my face, but I mean,
Aww.
it's just time to let things go when you care about someone, even though you know they're bad for you, basically, to sum it up.
Oh, I've been there. I know. It's like you really want to help them, but you know that you can't without really sacrificing yourself. And even then, it's enabling. It's not really helping because they're not listening.
Exactly. I've been an enabler, and it's been too long of a detrimental journey that has taken, a path for the worst, and I can't go down on that path. So I have to be strong and think about myself, and know that it's the best choice for me.
Yeah. I sense you're a light worker, and I know that with that comes the responsibility, because we have people seek us out either to bathe in the light and learn more and become better, people in this world, and to be able to help others, or we attract the ones like that person who may or may not be all help me, but it's just so that they can try to suck the energy from us and not really, do anything to help themselves.
Right. I think that person was living off of my energy and sucking me like an energy vampire.
That's what I was getting. Yeah. And then, when they find that their source is not allowing it anymore, they'll latch on to someone else. I mean, unfortunate for that person, but there's nothing you can do to change someone like that. And, really to preserve yourself, it is the best thing to let them go, even though it's heartbreaking sometimes. But a lot of times those people are either broken beyond repair or they're narcissists. And more often than not, whether they're broken beyond repair right now or not, they're usually narcissists anyway, because they're the energy vampire type. And they don't take responsibility for their own actions. It's always somebody else or their circumstance.
Yeah, that person was always blaming me or someone else and never accepting responsibility for the actions that they were choosing. And I really felt that person was and is sucking me dry and living off of my light and my energies. It's just been very difficult to cut that cord. So I really appreciate your guidance and support, because it's challenging.
Yeah,
I've been torn.
Well, I mean, you and I, we want to help everybody, and we tend to put ourselves last, and then that brings the opening for someone like that to come in, because they find us when we're at our weakest. So
yes, and they use love, which, I'm just such a, I don't know, I just to love and love to be loved so much, more than anything in this world, that's my weakness, and then they latch onto that and then suck all the life and the light out of me and live off of my good light. That's what's been happening.
Yeah, and then, they come in like they're going to be the knight in shining armor and, take you to this next level of love. It's going to be so great. And then it's like they start sucking your life out of you and then blaming you for not being up to, what they think that you should be doing. And then if you do that, then they find something else to look at to say, hey, you're not doing. And that's how they play that game. And then they hope that you're going to get confused and stay with them because, you start doubting yourself.
exactly. And it's just a very chaotic environment, and it's just constant chaos. It's just very unhealthy, and they do suck your self-esteem, and it's definitely, I definitely have to cut the cord. I'm going to, and I have, just from
Good.
our session now. I feel much lighter and hopeful, and I'm very excited.
Good, good. Yeah, because that person, that's what they do. They're not going to change. And just the name and, the identity of the next one, I mean, they're just looking for the same thing. And they will, keep looking till they find it. They exhaust that supply. They move on. And, I wouldn't be surprised if down the road you still hear from this person. So be prepared, because when they have done that with someone, they tend not to like to let go, and they like to keep tabs on the person. So,
I know.
just be aware. And before we end here tonight, which we're not, at yet, I'll give you some ways to protect yourself.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, they're quite manipulative, so I have to be very aware of what's going on and very cautious.
Yeah, and they tend to try to have other people do their bidding for them, if that makes sense. Because they need a buffer between you and them in case you turn them down. They try to find angles to get in and pull at your heartstrings through other people. And that's something I'm dealing with too, with someone. And, they try to surround themselves with people they can manipulate somehow. And they're not necessarily manipulating bad people. That could be people that are close to you, to try to get to you, to try to have you come to the same place at the same time. And, we just happen to be here at the same time. Imagine that. That kind of thing. So, be aware. But like I said, I'll help you with some ways to protect yourself. Because the worst thing to them is for you to ignore them. And, because they always want the last word.
Yes. Okay. Thank you, Kelly.
You're welcome. Let me see where we are on that one. Oh, okay. Yeah, I can barely hang on to it. So, yeah, we definitely fixed that one. That one's doing the plane propeller, and it's if I'm not careful, it's going to fly across the room. Solar plexus. Yeah, so that was exciting. We got to do that on here. Solar plexus. Personal power, self-esteem, warrior energy, and the power of transformation. This is located between the belly button and the breastbone, and the color is yellow. And its function is will, power. Its inner state is laughter, joy, anger. Its color is yellow, and its planets are Mars and the Sun. Its stones are amber, topaz, and citrine. Meditation on I do. Balancing the chakras associated with calming emotions and frustration, easing tension, and helping to better utilize intuition. Energies: fire, energizing, charging, lens energy. Let's see how you're doing. Oh, this one is going really well. This one is, wow. Okay. Yeah, this one needs no help. This one is doing that, plane propeller. That's exciting. Yeah, I think you feel like you have your feet under you now. So I'm feeling like you're getting this charge of excitement of all these better possibilities coming.
Yes,
Am
definitely.
I right?
Yeah,
good.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I'm feeling much better. A big sense of relief, and confirmation of what I already knew. But just the fact that you can pick up on that and guide me and support me and help me to achieve where I need to be with myself and getting rid of negativity and bad energy and energy vampires. I'm really excited.
Oh, good. Yeah, I've had to deal with that. It seems like whenever I leave my house, I'm like, I have to have like the shield up. Otherwise, it's almost like people can hone in on it subconsciously. And, you know, they can feel our energy before we enter the room. And that can be a good thing, but we can also sense theirs before we see them. So that's a good thing on our part because we are energy sensitive. The heart chakra is the next one, and that's associated with green. And that's the opening of feelings, compassion, capacity to love, and it doesn't like conflict. That is located in the center of the chest. Its function is love. Its inner state is compassion, love. I already mentioned the color is green, and its planet is Venus. Its stones are green or pink stones, peridot, rose quartz, malachite. Meditation on I love. Balancing this chakra is important for the circulatory system, heart and thymus. It also affects spiritual love, compassion, and universal oneness. Energies, water, calming, soothes, relaxes. Let's see where you are with the heart chakra.
Okay.
This started off slow, but now it's definitely, wow. This one's going nuts. It's doing the plane propeller, but it's like really, really super powered, which is great. And I think it was taking off. What?
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, I think I was taking off slow at first because we had to get over the stumbling block that we, challenged in the beginning. So, I think, the more that you embrace your new reality, the more you're going to be energized. And what were you saying?
Pardon?
What it sounded like I almost cut you off. Were you starting to say something earlier?
Oh, I said something. I said, I told you that my love chakra is very, very strong and powerful. So I think I couldn't hear you for 1 second, but you're back, so we're all good.
Oh, okay, yeah. Sometimes we've had some. It's been interesting with Mercury in retrograde. We've had some communication issues, but sometimes I've noticed when we've had readings that it'll end up that it's muffled or garbled, and it's like something doesn't want us to hear the truth. So sometimes that happens, a little interference. It's like, this person might get the message and boot this negativity of ours out. What do we do here? Let's block the communication. So, so that's kind of what happens sometimes. So, if you feel like you missed something, let me know because I can't tell.
No, I think I heard everything. I just think when I said something, it cut out, but I just communicated what I think you missed, so we're good to go.
Oh, okay, cool. I just want to, go into your heart chakra because I know it's really beautiful, and I just want to kind of feel what that is.
Okay.
Wow. Yep. I see where your daughters get it.
Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. Wow.
I take all the credit for that.
That is amazing. Wow. Yeah. It's really funny. It's like I've never seen such a concentration of just beautiful, beautiful souls, beautiful light workers, just absolute, beacons of light. Like I've seen with the people that Barbara surrounds herself with and with Barbara. It's like I don't know if it's like, I know when you are energy sensitive, people tend to know the other person and know that, they have the good in their heart and that they're alike without necessarily realizing why.
Mm-hmm.
And I think you all just kind of gravitated toward each other, without realizing, the reason behind it. And it's, wow, that circle of friends and family, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
I don't know if it's California, they tend to have the more open people, or if it's her particular circle, but it's like, holy cow, I feel like I'm surrounded here mostly by people that are sleepwalking, not all the time, there are, but it's like, wow, you do these things on the show and you meet these people and it's just like, oh my gosh, there's more people like me out there, yay,
Oh yeah, it's something so beautiful. I've just have such a beautiful connection with Barbara, and she's just my favorite person in the world. And we met in '96 before I had kids, so she's been there for all the births of my kids. So she's known their beautiful souls, from the beginning. And I'm, met her daughter, from the very beginning. So we are all very, very close. And it's something very rare and very beautiful. We're very, very lucky. Very lucky.
Yeah. Yeah.
Barbara says,
a lot of people a lot of people don't know what that's like in their lifetime, and there has to be a connection that's beyond this lifetime. It'd be very interesting to have you talk with Vanessa Orr, because she can narrow it down to exactly what it is and what time frames and what your roles were. So I'm excited.
Said that. I got the chills, like the strongest sensation of chills I've ever had in my life when you said that. Something like so powerful, and now Barbara's getting them. Now Barbara's getting them.
And then it went right here.
Yeah, just so powerful, right through my whole body, right through Barbara's whole body. And my kids took care of Priscilla and babysat Priscilla, Barbara's adorable daughter. So it's just, we have a very close connection, and I'm really looking forward to speaking with her also and finding out, where and details and everything. What?
She said that Alexandra and I were sisters in another life.
Wow. Oh my goodness.
And that she was the older sister.
Wow, that makes sense. Alexandra.
And that we fought over a guy.
Oh. Wow.
Yeah, she's
that.
like 12 going on 30. I mean, that girl has more insight to life than most people do by the time they're 60. So,
yeah.
I mean, she is in tune and, wow.
Yes.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah. Yeah, but you have amazing daughters, too. So, I haven't met Isabella, is it?
Right. You haven't yet, but she is just adorable. Her and I are very close. Very close. We have a special bond, and I just adore her. She's just been an absolute gift, and I'm just really lucky. I just love her so much. I can never get mad at her. She has these beautiful blue puppy eyes, and she just gets away with everything. Like, but in a good way. Really spoiled, but I just love her so much. Not in a materialistic way, because I'm not a materialistic person, but I just give her so much love, and she just melts my heart. So you have to meet her next, definitely. She's next to come down and do this.
Oh, that would be fun. I'm looking forward to it. Yeah. Wow. Well, the next one is the third eye. That's our intuition, our patterns of learning, our memory skill sets. It's located in the center of the forehead above the eyebrows. Its function is seeing, intuiting. Its inner state is I know. Its color is indigo, and its planet is Jupiter. Its stone is iolite. Its meditation is I see. Balancing the chakra helps psychic perception and balances the pineal gland. Energies air, meditative, intuition, promotes thought. And, on a side note, the pineal gland also has our circadian rhythms and our sleep patterns. So, if people out there are having problem regulating their sleep, their third eye chakra could be off. So, let's see what we find out with you. Okay, this one is going fast, but it definitely has room for improvement. I mean, it's doing a nice sweeping circle, but I'd like to get it up where the other ones are. So let me go in there and find out what we have.
Okay. You're right on, by the way. You're very just right on with everything. It's incredible.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. I'm glad to have the feedback. Yeah, I would hate to go down a rabbit hole and be totally off and not be told, and then the person goes, wow, that wasn't very good. I've never had that happen, but I'm hoping I don't. But I would rather be told that, I'm off on something than to run with it. So, thank you.
You've been very, very extremely accurate with everything. I'm very impressed, and it's funny because I just have been doing like a kind of business with someone named Kelly recently, and I've never met anyone named Kelly before, and you both are just absolutely lovely and such beautiful people. And I just adore her like I adore you, and just feel every time I look at her, she just makes me smile from within. Just such a good, lovely, beautiful person, and I just feel the same about you. So I'm lucky to have two beautiful Kellys in my life.
Oh, wow, thank you. That was really heartfelt. I really felt that. Thank you.
And you guys are the same too. Coincidentally, there's a similarity too in your kindness, and yeah, it's amazing.
Wow, thank you.
You're welcome.
When I was going into the third eye, what I was feeling was a little bit of cloudiness and hesitation. And I think that has to do with giving people too many chances because of your kind heart. And sometimes your kind heart can blind you a little bit to what people, if they have unkind intentions, then sometimes you'll give them the benefit of the doubt, if something doesn't quite settle quite right.
Yeah, I give people way too many chances, especially the other person we have been referring to with the cord. So many chances. No one in their right mind would give anybody chances like this, because it's just like, why are you going to, am I a masochist? Because I just know that I'm going to get burned every time. I know that I'm going to just have salt thrown in, the wound. And I keep doing it and doing it and doing it. And that's something that I just can't do anymore, because the only person that I'm harming is myself.
Yeah.
Too many chances, no boundaries at all.
Yeah.
Why am I going to forgive and forgive and forgive if I'm going to be harmed at the end of the day?
Yeah, that's very true. And, one way that I found helps to establish boundaries is I know, this sounds simplistic and it sounds kind of silly, but if you don't really want to do something on a certain day and somebody says, hey, can you help me move these boxes? Or can you, it's okay to say, I'd really like to, but I can't right now. Because maybe your plate is full, maybe you're exhausted, and you need to take some time for yourself. And it's learning to turn it around so you don't feel guilty taking time for yourself. So you don't feel guilty saying no.
Yeah, I don't know how to say no. You're exactly 100% accurate. Then I wear myself out and I exhaust myself because I'm spreading myself too thin.
Yeah, I've been there. So, I've been there and it was uncomfortable and I hated saying no in situations, but it got easier, and then it got to be where I didn't say no a lot, but when I did, it was because I really needed to. And, because if you think of yourself like a bucket and you try to keep it full because that's your energy, and, you give some out, to this person, some to that person, some to this other situation. Well, if you keep doing that and you don't say no, then there isn't anything left in the bucket for yourself.
I want to say something. Not to jump in, but, Kelly first came on the show, she had a lot of ideas, things about wanting to suggest for the show, but she's always scared that she was going to, make me angry, and she told me herself that, the guided meditations like we do every Sunday, she was scared to suggest it early in the beginning, and she had a picture drawn, and she was worried that I was going to get mad because it made her look taller, and I kept telling her, listen, it's okay. And now she's a lot more comfortable with saying how she feels about things. She'll call me up, she'll get after me on the grammar, and that's fine. But it just goes to show you, it just falls in line kind of with what she was just saying. But you can go back to what you're doing.
That is true. Yeah, that is so true. Thank you for saying that, because I was afraid. I was afraid to even come on the show. I was like, well, I don't have anything anybody'd want to hear me to say, And
wow. Well, I think you're amazing. So you better keep coming out here. No, you're incredible. It's also fear is a waste of time, Kelly. I told my daughter that the other day. Everyone has something special. We're all born with something beautiful and special and a gift, and a uniqueness. And it's important to find that gift and that passion in your life and run with it and prosper and enjoy it. Passions are just, that's what life is about.
Yeah, that's so true. And, I would be a very unhappy person if I didn't follow them. And there was a time when I was trying to conform, to what I thought my parents wanted or other people. And, that's very unfulfilling.
Absolutely, absolutely. You really have to find what makes you happy in life and not listen to, you can listen to the advice of others but then make your own opinion about what makes you happy and do things that you love to do and that you're passionate about. And that's what life is all about. It's about being happy and finding your passion and your talent and your gift.
Yeah, thank you. I mean, I'm actually relishing being single, and I never thought that I would, but, I love, being able to do what I do and not have to walk on eggshells and, if something gets done or doesn't get done, you know, nobody's messing up anything because I live by myself, you know, with my animals that I rescue. And I have nothing but love in my house, in my surroundings, in my circle of friends, and my family, because I got rid of toxic people, energy vampires, people that, you know, and it is so freeing, and I'm happy by myself for the first time. And I never thought I could be this strong. And to look at myself a year ago, I'm a totally different person. I mean, it felt like last year everything was going wrong. I was in a relationship, and the person wasn't very supportive. They were going through their own things. And, you know, now it's like, wow, I got set free. And, you know, I was scared. I thought, how am I going to do this? And now it's like, I'm loving this, you know, and I know someday I'll meet the right person. Maybe I already have and not, you know, don't know yet. But, you know, right now that's really not where my focus is. I mean, my focus is spreading love and light and everything, you know, in the world as much as I can, even if it's just in my little, you know, circle in town of people that I see, like you said, going to the 7-Eleven and you smile and then that smile gets spread to the next person who, you know, keeps it going. And maybe somebody has a bad day. Do you have people come up to you and they just start telling you stuff that you don't even know this person, but they feel this weird sense like they can open up to you?
Oh, yes, absolutely. All the time I do.
Oh, okay. Yep, you're one of us.
Yeah, I do.
You are one of us.
And it's funny that you say that, too, because the past year has been the first year of my life that I've been okay being alone and feeling peace alone and not feeling that I had to be codependent upon someone else. And just having that independence and that inner peace being alone is such an amazing feeling. And I think that's when you will meet the right person. And and it will happen when it's meant to happen, when you have that inner peace and you're happy being with yourself. But that's a very hard and very challenging point to get to, because we all feel lonely. But I don't feel lonely anymore, even when I am alone. I feel completely content. And I'm glad that you were expressing that part of your growth in your life, too, because I completely relate to that. And it's just, you know, I'm very happy for you.
Thank you. Yeah, it used to be I'd wait for the other shoe to drop, and now it's like, I'm at peace. You know, this feels good. I mean, at first I wasn't used to it. I was like, wow, this is really odd. And now it's just like, wow, this is like, you know, seeing the world in a totally more, you know, secure place. Like, I'm not, you know, at the mercy of something. I have direction and, you know, some control over what happens. And, you know, it's really amazing to have that. You know, it felt like, you know, this huge weight was lifted. And now I can speak my truth. I can be the person I want to be because I don't have anybody cutting me down or trying to hold me back.
Yeah, you're in a really good place, Kelly. I'm very, very, very happy for you. Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, and now look at you, Shauna. You have been cut free from this person that's been draining you, and you can write your own story now. You can have it any way you want. And, you know, we're both in this amazing place right now. And because I finally cut ties with the people that I needed to, and it was painful and scary at first, and then it was like, wow, this is much better.
Yeah, no, I'm very, very excited to see what's next, you know, for me now that we've had this amazing session, and now I'm free, and now I can move forward and flourish and be tied down to bad energies and have my beautiful energies sucked away from me. So I'm very grateful to you, Kelly. So thank you so much. This has been an absolute amazing experience.
Are you
Thank
still?
you.
Are you on the last? Are you on the last chakra though?
Yep, I need to do the crown chakra, but yeah, I mean,
I'm not going anywhere. I'm here. I'm just letting you know my feelings.
oh, thank you. I super appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, another thing I realized today when I was messaging with Vanessa Orr is people that aren't in this state of peace and happiness when they're single, they have an air of desperation that either repels people or it attracts to them people that look for people with that desperation so that they can suck their energy and use them. Does that make sense?
Absolutely. You're absolutely right. I agree with you 100%. So it's important for people to find peace, and then they will find the right person that will actually, fill them up with more light instead of take their light away from them.
Yeah.
So that's what
yeah.
I definitely want.
Thank you. And it's kind of weird, to some people get so stuck in like loneliness and I wish I had that. I wish I had that. But, you have to look at all the wonderful things you actually do have. Even if it's like you get up in the morning and most of your parts are working great, that's a thing. That's a thing to be excited about.
Absolutely. We have to have gratitude, be grateful for everything and thankful, and that's so important. Because also when you're not grateful and you take things for granted, your angels and protectors and God and whatever you believe in, they take things away from you. And I've seen that happen in front of my eyes. And you have to be grateful and appreciative and gracious and kind-hearted towards other people too. It's very important.
That's so true because I've seen that too. And then they're like, why is all this happening to me? Well, you're supposed to learn something and you're not listening, so something more extreme had to happen to get your attention.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. We need to be thankful every morning when we wake up and appreciate everything. It's so important.
Yeah. Yeah. And if we could all adopt the way that, if we can all adopt a way that we can allow things to not attach themselves to us, to allow them to pass through, like negative emotions and whatever situations, just observe, allow them to pass through, learn the lesson and move on, let it go.
Yes.
Then we would all be in so much of a better place. But it is really difficult to get on that path when you aren't on it yet. But once you're on it, it's easier to maintain and you gain momentum.
Yeah, absolutely. And then you'll stay on that path. You won't want to defer, and you won't. Because this path is so much more beautiful, It really is.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like, why would you want to go back to the way it was before? It's like, nope, not going there. Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
I get it. I can relate. I get it, Kelly.
Cool. Well, I'm going to do the crown chakra, and then after that I go through them quickly just to, retouch, make sure that they're all on the right track, because sometimes things will try to jump around. So I don't know what that was, but it wasn't me. So the crown chakra is access to higher states of consciousness, open to what is beyond understanding. It is also located at the top of the head. It's like above the head. Its function is understanding. Its inner state is bliss. Its color is violet, and its planet is Uranus. Its stone is amethyst. Its meditation is, I understand. Balancing the chakra is said to give vitality to the cerebrum and affects the development of psychic abilities. Energies: air, meditative, intuition, promotes thought. So, let's see where we are. It's also, if you think of the root chakra as grounding you to earth and earthly things, the crown chakra is like a light beam going up to the heavens, to the universe, and it can lead to our universal connectiveness and our higher state of consciousness. It can even go to our Akashic records. So, let's see. Okay, wow, okay. Yours was a little bit slow in taking off, and now it's doing that flame for color thing. So I think, again, as you gain more strength in your new path and your transformation continues, that you're going to be experiencing a lot of really cool things. And as we end up, becoming higher attuned, sometimes we'll have paranormal or psychic experiences. And I remember Barbara saying in chat that she was driving her truck and she thought she had an alien in the box in the back because of all of her experiences, lately with, developing spiritually. But come to find out, it was the earthquake shaking the box.
That's funny. I was in my car for both of the earthquakes, sitting in my car parked, and but I knew what they were because I grew up in California, so I knew there was no alien in my car. But I'll keep my eyes out open and, ready for some paranormal stuff. I believe in that. I've experienced some crazy things in my life.
Like, what are some examples if you mind sharing?
Well, I mean, I was filming a TV show for Warner Brothers with my co-star Corey Feldman and Eric Roberts, and we filmed in a very, very strange place called the Isle of Man, which is in between England and Ireland, and we stayed in it was a mansion that it had been turned into a hotel, but it was previously a while back a mansion, and then the owner killed his wife because she was cheating on him with the butler, and so my room was just like, it was like I'm out of The Shining, and the room next to me was open, but there was no furniture and just like dirt on the floor. But then I just sat down in my room. I didn't go to sleep literally for 2 weeks while I filmed there. That's how strong the energy was. And when I would order like room service in my hotel room, when it was time to go to bed, there was a gentleman sitting next to me, and then he was watching me take a bath, and he was nice. I mean, he wasn't trying anything weird or being weird in any way. He just was there, basically. And I saw him, and I felt his presence, and he was just lonely, and from a long, long time ago. And I literally did not go to sleep for 2 weeks. And I had pages and pages of dialogue, and they thought I was crazy because the production company couldn't believe that I never could go to sleep. But there was such heavy, heavy energy in this place that the last 3 days I made them move me to the Hilton Hotel because I just thought, I'm literally being drained. I can't work in this environment. So they moved me to a new hotel to finish my filming. But it was a very powerful experience. This man would visit me all the time, and he was not alive. Let me tell you, he had been dead for a long, long time.
Wow.
That apartment that you moved into, you moved out because you kept seeing a ghost.
Oh, yeah.
I
no, there was a lady there in that apartment too, a lady. Yeah, then I lived in this apartment, and I was looking out my window, and there was a hotel in front, and it's a very old building. This was in West Hollywood, and this woman, I could see her like staring at me, and then it gave me the creeps. It just gave me the chills. And then I had an elevator to my floor because I lived in the penthouse across the street. But my elevator button, like, you had to have the key to it. You couldn't just go in the elevator and press the button and end up at my door. So I looked again. I went to just get something to drink in the kitchen, and I looked back at that balcony, and the woman was gone. And I walked in my room where my daughter Isabella was sleeping, and the woman was staring at my daughter in her room.
Oh, wow.
I just got the chill. Yeah, and it was just, I've had crazy experiences, crazy, that have happened to me all over the world. And I've lived all over the world. I lived most of my life in Paris, France. So there's a lot of history there, and I have a lot of stories.
Wow. You know, you are very intuitive, and you're also a medium. And once you're able to see these things, you know, these spirits will come to you because, you know, a lot of them, they just want to be recognized. They're like, oh, finally somebody sees me.
Yeah, it's crazy that you say that, because my mother-in-law, I was married to this gentleman that I have 3 kids with named Lorenzo. His mother is an astrologist, and she's very spiritual, and she wrote my chart for me, and we've had long conversations, and she told me that I was a medium.
Bingo. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna go through your chakras really quick, and then I'm going to show you how you can protect yourself. Okay. And
okay.
Yeah, because that's really important too. You know, because you're an open channel, and you want to make sure that, you know, only things can access you that you want to have access you. You know, so you're not going to be drained.
Okay, there's also, are you able to pick up on anyone else that's been trying to steal my energy that's related to that other one that I've cut the cord with?
It's funny that you say that, because residually I feel like there are 5. That one was primary. The second one is kind of almost right up there, and the other 3 are kind of like background. Like, if they can get access, they try. They aren't really sapping you too much, but let's do.
Are they all related? Are they all related, or?
I feel like they know you from this lifetime and some other lifetimes. You'll probably want to talk to Vanessa about soul contracts and past lifetimes, because some of them might have unfinished business that carried over from a previous life into this one. And basically, you don't have to feed into their reason for being here in this lifetime. That's not your issue. That's their issue, and if they can't resolve it themselves, they don't need to pull you into it, but they're trying to, if that makes sense.
Yes, it does.
Okay. Let me go through your chakras real quick. Then we're going to do like a cutting of all the unhealthy cords. And then I'll show you some protection techniques. Does that sound good?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So the root chakra, let's see. That went right into the plane propeller, so we're good. The sacral, that went right into it, so that's good. the solar plexus went right into that, so we're good. The heart, that went right into it, so that's good. The throat, that is really good. Yeah, you need to keep speaking your truth, because you're going to help other people out there just by example.
Okay.
And third eye, yeah, that's really. And don't second guess yourself when you're picking up something intuitively. That is correct. When you get the chills, when you feel a pit in your stomach, when you feel, those things, the chills are a confirmation. The pit in the stomach is warning. And when you feel like limitless, like boundless joy and love and peace, those are good things. When you're picking up on something, those are great things. That's what you want to go toward. Let's see. The crown, yep, that one is like really super good too. So they're all really good. And we're going to cut the cords for any unhealthy cords that people are trying to attach. So, all right. Archangel Michael, we call upon thee again. If we can borrow your swords of light. If you can take your swords and allow us to use your swords of light to cut all cords to Shauna Sand that are unhealthy. If you can cut all of those cords completely and forever, then we will be very grateful. Now, some of those I know may not be intentionally negative, so I'm not going to ask that those feel any snapback or feel any negativity coming toward them, but that they are just let go and do not reattach. Now, the ones that may have negative intentions or are trying to zap her energy, those we ask of you to bind their negativity to them 3 times, to bind their arms, bind their hands, bind their legs and their feet, to bind their voice, to bind their sight and their hearing, and to totally and completely encapsulate them in their own negativity 3 times, lock it away, and send them on their way, away from Shauna, away from any of us on the show itself, and our listeners, so that they may go away and not harm anyone. So that only the people and spirits that any of us want to have in our lives that are healthy can be there. And that we will all continue growing under your guidance and in your light. And that we may be the light for others through us, from you. But we will not allow any negativity to attach. So we thank you, and we return your swords of light after you have sliced away all of the negative bindings, all of the negative cords, and sent them all away, not to return. Thank you in the name of the Lord Jesus. Amen.
Amen.
And I'm also, you have your angels and your guides, and they're with you all the time. And I get the number 7. And I feel like you have at least 2 or 3 of them with you most of the time, and when they need to, they call upon the others. So you are well protected, and I feel like even if you're unaware, there's been some close calls, and they've protected you because you do have a big purpose in this world, and your light is so strong, and people are drawn to you, and that's good. But like I said, sometimes people are drawn to people like us for not the right reasons. And one of the things that I was taught is if you, and I'm not saying you have to right now, but if you stand up and you act like, and you envision yourself pulling a zipper up from your toes all the way up to your forehead in protection, so that your third eye is able to be used, but your heart and your other chakras are protected, then that way you can go about your business in the world and have that protection. Another way is to envision the light coming down from God and the universe and the light coming from within you, meeting and creating a ball of white light surrounding you in protection. And often when I go into a place where I know there's going to be negativity, then I will say a small prayer. It is important to wear a red bracelet on the right. That is, red is for grounding us. And if you ever feel like you're being drained, if you go out barefoot on the ground and just imagine that your feet are putting roots into the ground, then you are grounding yourself. And you can send anything you need to down into the ground and away. And that's pretty much what you're doing at the ocean. And you're doing a great job of it. And the other thing is, black tourmaline is a great thing to always have on your left side. I have a bracelet that's black tourmaline, and it helps to shield from negativity. And the red one on my right is made out of red coral. And these are bracelets that I don't take off unless I absolutely have to. Like earlier for an MRI, they have you take your jewelry off. But if you can find something like a red bracelet that you don't take off put on your right wrist, and you can even carry like a black tourmaline in your left pocket, or carry your purse on the left with it in there. And it's important also to have selenite and have that like by your bedside. Maybe have that on your right and the black tourmaline on your left when you're sleeping. That'll help protect you. And if you feel like something's in your room, you can use salt and sage, like burning sage. What you would do is you would draw a line across your doorway. You would open your windows in your bedroom or whatever place you're staying. If you wanted to, you could do your entire house or apartment, but if you just wanted to have a really good night's sleep uninterrupted, then put the salt, across the threshold of your doorway. Open the windows. Use some sage, whether it's regular like stick sage or incense that's sage, and blow it out the windows. Then put out your sage and shut your windows real fast, and then put salt across the threshold of your windows, because that will seal that from being able to come back in.
Okay.
You have to have a way for it to exit, because you don't want to seal it in. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
Oh, okay, good. Well, I am really interested to see how everything goes after this. I hope that we keep in contact, and if you need to have this again, people, Sometimes they need it every week. Sometimes they need it every 3 months. It's really individual. I would love to do that for you. And, just to keep tabs on where you're doing. Yeah,
I have a
go
question.
ahead.
Does it surprise you anything? Did any of this surprise you?
Kelly's just very, very accurate, and I'm just blown away. I mean, I'm very surprised because, well, this is my first time, but just the fact that she's so right on and is just basically has helped me in so many ways already. I'm just so grateful and so excited to see what's in store for me, in the next couple of weeks and months. And I would definitely love to follow up with you guys very soon. So it's just been really, really incredible. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. I'm just very, very appreciative, very grateful. I feel much lighter now, much happier. I have a lot of hope, and I'm very excited for the future. So thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. I'm excited for you. You've got a lot of great things coming to you.
Yeah, Kelly, that was one of the best readings. I mean, wow, spot on, really
Thank
great,
you.
and just so helpful. I'm so glad, Shauna, that this really was good for you today. I mean, Kelly's such a healer, isn't she?
Yeah, she's incredible. Just such a sweet soul, and I'm just really, really, Barbara, overjoyed and grateful, and I'm just like literally in awe of everything that we've experienced today and how amazing I feel. And so thank you so much.
Oh,
from,
you
like,
are
literally
so
from the
welcome.
of my. I could do this every day.
I know.
Yeah, like who couldn't use it every day? Yeah. Would you be willing to write us a review? Barbara's making a website for us.
Oh, absolutely. It would be my honor. I would love to. Yes.
Oh, thanks.
Oh, thank you. That's awesome.
Thank you.
I appreciate
And you
that.
know what, Kelly?
Yeah?
We could do this off the air, but I'm ready to cut a cord too, and I need to have that ritual done. For me, I've been trying to do it myself, and I really didn't know how and all the wording. I looked it up because Vanessa told me about it too, and so what you did for Shauna, I really need that as well. Today would be great if you have time.
Yeah. Yeah, I sure do. Yeah, thanks.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Barbara and I just had a long conversation about cutting the cord. And I called Barbara just to get me through the traffic, and it's just ironic that, that we were able to, that you knew this about me and what I needed, and I had such an amazing time today, so thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Well, thank you for coming on. Thank you for coming on.
Yeah, thank you. It was definitely my
We're
pleasure.
so glad, and we look forward to having you back for Psychic Day.
Woo-hoo.
Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait. Thank you so much.
You're
Thank you.
welcome. Thanks.
Have a nice
Everybody
day,
have a
everyone.
good night. Thanks, Kelly.
Yeah, have a good night. Oh, you're welcome.